So let me start by saying that it's the numbers and the units themselves that they're trying to show us. I was looking at the lyre of in the other video, and it's they dug it up in and it's a harp, two together, and there's a guy Peter who does the measurements of it, and he does it in centimeters. There's 90 centimeters up one side, etc. And even Ryan 7 said to me, it's all in metric. What's going on? It's from Mesopotamia. We wouldn't have had metric. So the people that dug it up and are giving us the measures are giving us to it in metric. But they're whole units. 90 centimetres, 144 centimetres, 63 centimetres at the base. So if they were using only inches, well, like the imperial system, then what the 90 centimetres is 35.4 inches. And 35.4 is a unit, is a number that relates to the moon. The 12-month lunar cycle is 354 days. So they've that's the string length of the lyre is 90 centimetres. That's the length of that string. Where it comes over and actually touches, it's 90 centimetres. So that means that it's 35.4 inches, which is a unit they're trying to show us, or they're trying to venerate themselves, even if they're not trying to teach us. They like that for the moon. That's a moon number. So the string length is a moon number. I'm going to show as well, if I can with time, that a way of just drawing that circle and basically the link between the two measures, imperial and metric. Not only is it linked sort of with mathematic where base 10, base 12 system, that is another sort of tick. Another way is this other way I'm looking at with a circle. It's all new, and so it's I'm open to anyone's comments and everything that people think of it. It does require very tiny bits of artistry, which I'm not into doing any fudging of numbers or trying to make something fit. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. I'm not interested in that either. I'm a simple guy. If it's applicable and it works and its function is, it does its function really well. And again, it has to be something you do like a guitar or the size of the earth, something that's physically real and something that is measurable and repeatable by many others without too many words. A self-explanatory thing, something that's self-evident, something that's just repeatable. So again, forgive my voice. It's annoying me a little bit. It's so what I'll just we'll go with this, the three Mises, right? So like if these are teachers, I'm just trying here to go back in their minds. I'm just riffing here. So we got the three Mises. The three Mises of like the equator is a Mise, which is center. It's the middle. So and we got pole star. The things that you can look up. Symbolic Studies is a great channel, and he's right into the pole star and the pole and the pole symbolism and how big it is, like how massive it is in the ancient world. Pole symbolism, and even I've left a comment on Dr. Koz's channel, and I think I left it here, but it's about the key. Circular key in Sydney starts with a Q, so I looked into it and it means pole, stalk, branch, all these things, and I'm like, wow, this is biblical, and of course Göbekli Tepe, circular, that's what I was commenting on his video now. Anyway, getting to the point, this pole symbolism. The other one I wanted to quickly mention, I am riffing, is that the threshing floor, Iran, I can never say it, there it is there. They go around with the cattle and they're crushing down the wheat. It needs to be on top of a hill. It needs air. There's a whole study into that. I've looked into it. It's amazing, the symbolism, but also the practicality and the application. So that's a good way of putting it, is that not only are they separating the wheat from the chaff, they're also doing this symbolic thing of the sky wheel's turning, the cattle are going around this wheel. There's so many deep things that are going on here. Many layers of meaning. So, like the pyramid has many layers of meaning. And that's why they're such great artists and teachers, because they can build something that then can be unpacked and all the layers come out, whether it be astronomy, music, geometry, all of the quadrivium, but also some artistry. Another one is, man has been given dominion over the earth. Most people get really funny about that, and understandably so. It sounds like, everything revolves around us. But when we look at how we mirror our bodies, our avatars mirror everything around us in nature, we are obviously a mirror of everything around. This is all makes sense though when we think about even the ear's got a shell. I studied at uni sound engineering, and the way we learned anatomy and all these other things, I just wanted to get into rooms and record and jam and have fun, but we learned anatomy and all these things I wasn't expecting. I should have, but I was wanting to, play with all the gear, as I do, play with all the fun stuff. So we learned about the ear and just the way that we perceive sound, how we're even able to hear it all. So all those laws that apply to the ear, what I'm sort of finding now with all this is that the size of the earth, for example, that, forget the numbers aren't important, but when we are looking at this new fretboard thing and we're relating it to the size of the earth, all these ratios really are human ratios, but all these ratios basically are giving us these harmonic numbers, like the notes of, we pick a fret, we put it into the equatorial diameter, and the note itself is coming out. Like, how does that even working? That's an amazing observation just to see happen. Yeah, there's many layers of the meaning. So the units themselves of these numbers are what they're trying to, venerate, show, teach, pay homage to. So yes, this 90 centimeters on the lyre is 35.4 inches. So if we're going to agree that there was maybe imperial back in the ancient world, which most suggested there was, it's the very old system, we've got cubits and all that, but I've showed too how they connect, or how they may really look like they are connecting. The 630 centimeters, for example, is 12 Royal Egyptian cubits. There we have it. We've got this sexagesimal system that was being used. So 630 equals 12 cubits. It looks like a nice tidy fit to me. But again, each to their own. So we've got the pole in the middle and the cattle are going around. We've got the pole star, all this centre. So the three mesas. The three mesas are Giza, the equator, and the centre of the D column. So this is in the other videos, but I'll just, let's go through it. We've got from the centre of the D column, we went from the first D and the last D in the harmonic series, right there, right apart from each other, and they equal this number here, where the King's Chamber is to the equator, right? So they're giving us, they're teaching from the Mies. From Giza is the Mies, and they're going from there to the equator, another Mies. And they're giving us these distances. So why did they put the pyramids right there, that distance away from the equator? Well, when we see that it comes out with these notes in the harmonic series, like E, this is one here, or C, we'll start in D as well, of course. So D times D, right, these are all Ds, but when we got to the Mies of the D column, so three Mises, they're calling it the three Mises, they're showing us, they're teaching us from the centre, because everything emanates from the centre, spiritually and symbolically and all the things, like this. I'm trying to get in the minds of them. Doing my best anyway, and all comments are welcome. Like we're playing here. This is a playground. The teaching is fun. They've obviously had fun showing us this in this way. I think they had a ball doing it. It looks to me like if I was doing this, if I was one of the builders, I was having fun. This is heaps of fun. And building the pyramids would have been a cack, because this is going to boggle minds for a while, but the layers can be unpeeled. So yeah, this is like compelling, and it's simple because I only really use plus, minus, times, and divided by. Like that's my level of, right? That's all I do. So so let's just go through it. So D and D equals this King's Chamber to the equator, and this is the miles. It's the equivalent of this. So it's the same distance, right? So the line, it's like what's heavier, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks? Right, the same, right? So this distance and this distance are exactly the same. But you can cut the line, can't you, into different segments. So the units that they've chosen are obviously, well, to me, it looks like they're coming from these ideas, these principles, repeatable inherent laws that we can repeat and do over and over. All right, let me finish what I was saying before. So this distance is the King's Chamber to the equator, and so is this. When we use that as a radius, we get the note of E, or half precession. And so we want to convert that to kilometres. We just times it by kilometres, 1.609 kilometres to a mile. And we get this, obviously. So then what I realised was when we use C, and it's called philosophical C, scientific pitch or philosophical pitch, 256. We times this by C, or philosophical pitch or scientific pitch. This is C. And we get the same answer here. We get a 3,000, right? 3,317.76. We get the same answer. So when we draw a circle with 556, we get 1609. So it looks like these are the ideas behind the units that they chose to use. Because as we know, we can divide this line the same distance, here and here are the same distance, but we can cut that line into any segments that we like. You know, we can make a brand new measure. We can make a foot this big, you know, and cut it up, that line up into, you know, equal measures of whatever we like, you know. It's really kind of a personal choice, but they've looked like they've taken their personal choices from ideas and rules and laws they've observed like this that maybe inspired their ways of creating their systems.